teacher, and I live in York Region, but I work in Toronto, and it's unfortunate because, when we have those 6 days, we could always, those of us who have to commute could always kind of say, hey, this is a problem for me to get in. But, people think that we had too many 6 days and that we made it too easy to slack off or something. I don't know. And so now we got to try to make it in.
You got to come to work today. She's being used and abused page by the province.
Yeah, well, hopefully she's not an English teacher teaching the meaning of the word sick. Because teachers still have 6 days for, when you're sick. But no, I think it's good. She's showing a lot of initiative. She's obviously influencing our children with that. And we're set to have a real productive society, I think, with teachers like that.
Yeah.
I know a hint of sarcasm, Paige, no?
No, never.
It was one of those cases where better to stay silent and make people think you're an idiot than you rather than prove the case. What do you think? Why don't you go on the radio and say that to somebody?
Because this is the entitlement. They honestly think this is real. Imagine living in a world where you have to take a sick day when you're actually sick. It hasn't been a reality, I think, for teachers for a long time.
Let's all not paint all teachers with the same brush, and I think there's a lot of teachers out there who worked hard to get to school today and to be there for their students.
Sure.
This one does not.
Yeah.
Well, she's going to work. She's going to work, but no, she's doing it begrudgingly. And when you say, why would you go on the radio and say that? Because you believe that that's absolutely the truth, that everyone would understand we're being mistreated because I should be able to use a sick day and just stay home and get paid.
It is an alternate universe. That really, as Paige says, sets an incredibly poor example.
And of course, it's not all teachers, but that's the nature of these, unions and collective bargaining. They go as one. So when you're talking about entitlement for 6 days, they're representing all teachers, and unfortunately, it does sort of paint them all with that brush. And I know that, like me, running all the way from Oshawa, some other teachers probably did that too.
Okay, that was a lie.
Hey, I'm not painting down the truth.
This isn't reality radio.
No, that was an opening for somebody to take a shot at Sun News, I guess. But since I'm also there, I didn't do it.
Ooh, you didn't see me pulling on my collar.
Coming up, there's still a number of things to talk about. We were staying on the weather, of course, and the traffic conditions, which are really bad, if for no other reason, just the delay that it is causing you trying to get around. We're also talking about whether or not anyone here is alarmed by the fact that now that they're going to have all-door boarding on the streetcars and some buses, the people who are supervising whether you pay or not may be armed up a little bit, and we'll see whether, like Councillor Gord Perks, you are devastated and horrified by that. But it's 9:30.
Now, News Talk 1010 special Stormwatch coverage continues.
I'm Russ Courtney at the Stormwatch desk. The first flakes of snow arrived in the GTA before midnight and still coming down. We'll get to the traffic story in just a minute, but right now we continue to watch this storm move from east to west, and in some places, like here in Toronto, we have already seen the heaviest snow come and go. Flurries continue to fall, though just the worst of it appears to be over. When we look at the GTA as a whole, last check, Environment Canada saying this is expected to wrap by lunchtime, about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow on the ground from Halton to Durham and to Toronto. Newmarket, Georgina, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, all under a snowfall warning this morning, with those areas of York Region possibly seeing up to 20 centimeters of snow by the time this is finished. The same goes for Barrie, Aurelia, and Midland. Salters and plows have been out on the main roads. City of Toronto says now it hopes to get started on local roads in Toronto by about 11 or 12 o'clock, aiming to have all roads cleared 16 hours after the snow stops, which should be by midnight tonight. Tough drive for you and for some students headed in this morning. They have an interesting story to tell. 2 school buses carrying 44 students veered off the road on Military Trail this morning near Ellesmere and Nielsen. No injuries here. The buses just ended up in the ditch. More buses are being sent in to get those students to class. Not sure yet which school the buses were headed to. Price of gas in the GTA to hit an average of $1 a liter at midnight. Tomorrow's gas price today.com telling News Talk 1010 this morning the price will drop 3 cents a liter at midnight to $1.09 for regular. Some GTA stations already at $1 a liter. Just in this morning, the union representing the province's public elementary school teachers will begin new contract talks in the new year, and headed into those negotiations, teachers have voted 95% in favor of strike action if talks break down. And also new this morning, Golden Globe nominations are in. The show that kicks off Hollywood's award season goes January 11th Boyhood, Foxcatcher, Selma, The Imitation Game, and The Theory of Everything. For all the latest news and videos, you can check out our website at newstalk1010.com. Now it's time to check the drive with Newstalk 1010 Storm Watch. Time saver traffic.
It really has been a horrible drive this morning, continues to be. We have problems now, 407 westbound approaching Pine Valley, collision in the left lane. Westbound 401 ramp remains closed because of a collision, and it is really busy westbound on the 401 coming in through Oshawa as you cross through Toronto out towards Mississauga out by the 410. That's where it's really slow. Eastbound 401 delays out of Milton as you cross out past the 400. The southbound 410 out of Brampton and the 403 coming in through Mississauga, very heavy. Eastbound 2EW delays through Burlington and Oakville and in through Mississauga onto the Gardner. It is just a really slow morning. In town, what you want to look out for are hills and ramps. Very hard to get up certain hills, especially roads that have not yet been plowed, and motorists having a difficult time getting up those hills. Again, be really, really careful as you make your way in and leave yourself lots of extra time. Traffic is brought to you by 407ETR. 407ETR.com is your online superhighway. Visit today and you could win a free year travel. Happy holidays from 407ETR. Time saver traffic, I'm Jessica Baker. Your next update at 9:45.
News Talk 1010 weather. Today, snow. We have seen a lot of it. The heaviest amounts have been through the morning. They should ramp up in the GTA by about noon. We are expecting 5 to 10 centimeters for Toronto, Halton, Peel, and Durham. Parts of York region, including Newmarket, Georgina, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Markham, could see up to 20 centimeters of snow. A snowfall warning in place for those parts of York. High of -1 today. Winds gusting up to 50 kilometers an hour.
Turn left on George Bolton Parkway.
4 or 5 today, ending by midnight. We could see another 2 centimeters of accumulation, a low of -3. And for tomorrow, to end the work week, mix of sun and cloud, high of 1. Right now, it's -5, but feels more like -10. I'm Russ Courtney. Now you're caught up in what's happening. Your next news update is at 10 o'clock on